Hello, everyone. Hello, YouTubers. This is Anonymous T. Hope you're having an amazing day today. I am updating some additional things that happened day 3 of the Cardi B lawsuit against Tasha K. To recap, she is suing for defamation of character, slander, invasion of privacy, looking for Tasha K also to pay in damages, and both punitive damages as well as Cardi B's attorney fees. So that is what is at stake here, and I have been diligently following a couple of people who are live in the courtroom providing updates. And I've been doing a lot of videos on Dennis Byron, but I also wanted to do a quick update video because I was watching Choke No Joke as well. And he had pointed out something that happened in the courtroom that I previously was not aware of that happened. So I want to get into that. One thing that was shocking before I get into it was there was issues. So the issue at hand, one of the times where the lawyers and for Cardi B as well as the judge was frustrated with Tasha K was when they were discussing, how Tasha K was Googling Cardi B on Pornhub and, was alleging, of course, the beers that, the beer bottle she was putting in her vagina and then drinking it and then passing it on to somebody else. And, they were asking Tasha K, is this like a, movie? Does this have credits? Like, so you could basically see who the actors are, who the porn stars are. And so she kept saying no. But then when she was asked about, she was asked like 3 or 4 different ways about it. And so the judge kept getting frustrated because he knows that Tasha K knew the answer. And then later on from a deposition, they asked for Tasha K to like basically read this line and validate whether or not this particular porn had a title. And so she basically is like, well, yeah, it has a title. So it's like, so if it has a title, then it is going to have credits, so you can see who's, in it. And it is just so wild. I don't know if Tasha K is trolling or she thinks that she is going to be famous or get all this clout from this trial. I am not sure the angle, but she is not taking this seriously from the sounds of things. And I don't know if it's because, allegedly, potentially she may not even be paying these lawyers. It might be, a third party, or she doesn't care win or lose at this point and just wants the clout from having her name in the same sentence as Cardi B. I don't know. I don't know what's happening, but it is pretty wild. Also, the other thing I wanted to get to was potentially Tasha K facing perjury charges. So, all day yesterday, Tasha K was, basically saying, yes, I said she had herpes. Yes, I said she had STDs, like doubling down on all of it. And Choke No Joke was basically describing in the courtroom that there's like all of these different videos, like all these. So basically because of, COVID and other things, everybody now has their own individual monitor. So all the jurors have their own monitors, the judge, like everybody has all their different monitors. So it looks to be like about 20 or so different screens all playing Tasha K, saying all this stuff about Cardi B. And so today, day 3 of the trial from Wednesday, they asked Tasha K, essentially, did you say this stuff? And Tasha K says no. And Choke No Joke said, like, the whole courtroom was just shook and kind of just gave all this look and just kind of swayed in this one direction because they have already seen all this evidence of Tasha K proudly saying previously that she did say all of this stuff about Cardi B. However, today, towards the very end of her testimony, she was asked again, and she was already warned about this. She was already warned about perjuring herself and not to lie on the stand. And towards the end of her testimony, she was asked again, you know, whether or not she said that Cardi B had herpes, had any STDs, was, you know, asked her all these questions, asked it 4 or 5 different ways, according to Choke No Joke. And she essentially was, you know, adamant that it was a no. And so then it's like, okay, this is the game we're playing. Okay, so Cardi B's lawyer pulls up the deposition and then pulls up the receipts and the transcripts of when the same question was asked, and basically was like, okay, let's go to, you know, this exhibit, read what this sentence says. And it basically said, you know, in the deposition that yes, she admits to saying all of that. And then they go to whatever footage to where that is clearly Tasha K saying the same thing. And then they also played her ad because she was bragging, like I said, about how much money she's making. So not only the money she's making off of YouTube, but that YouTube contacted her for additional ad spots because her channel went up 340%. And so YouTube wanted to work with her on some additional things. And so the ad that they played was the ad about washing your private area. And so in the particular ad that they played, Tasha K is up here calling out Cardi B and trying to allege that she has itchy female parts and all this stuff and could use this watch. And of course there's a lot of vulgar curse words and everything else that are intertwined, as well as all of the vulgarness and everything else that is in her videos and in the videos that was about Cardi B. And Choke No Joke basically described it as like a greatest hits of every single negative thing that Tasha K has said about Cardi B on full display of these 20 screens. So I wonder if she is going to get these perjury charges tacked on for her behavior in this courtroom, because she's just been all over the place. Like, she was, you know, happily bragging pretty much nearly 2 days in a row until the very end of her testimony, and then wanted to change up. And then, of course, you know, the judge had warned her defense attorney, Tasha K's defense attorney, to not send signals to Tasha K to help her. And you could just tell, like, Tasha K was not prepared for anything. And is just treating this like this is a free-for-all, treating this like this is her moment to shine and her moment to be famous and her moment to gain all of this, you know, viral, you know, attention, clout, whatever you want to call it. And it's just insanity. And Choke No Joke also said that Tasha K was also trying to antagonize Cardi B, because whenever she would have to get called up or walk past her, because, you know, obviously they take different breaks and this and that and have to resume, so you have to then go back up to the stand and all this and that. And so the way Tasha K like walks by Cardi B is as if she's like feeling herself and trying to get Cardi B like pissed off or to react. So it's wild to me. It's insane to me that she is not taking this trial seriously at all, and either thinks that she has this in the bag or doesn't care because she thinks that she's going to be super famous from this, not realizing that her credibility is shot, her integrity is shot, her morals and everything is just shot from now how things are going to proceed moving forward in the event, you know, she ever goes back into doing, you know, this type of role of reporting on celebrities. So it's just insane. It is just insane what is going on and how much things are unfolding. I actually wish I was in the courtroom, because this sounds like a movie. This sounds really insane, of somebody, basically admitting most of the time and boasting about admitting, all of the lies that they said about somebody, and then bragging about how much money they make and all this stuff from it, and that they're not going to take anything down. The videos are still up now. You can still go to her channel. You could still go to Tasha K's channel, and you can still see the Cardi B videos. You can still specifically see the one that has the 4.5 million views. Still, even now. And it's like, why won't you take it down? Like, what? Like, I don't know if she thinks that she has this in the bag, or she just wants to keep making money. Like, I do not know, but fame is a drug to some people, because what in the world? What is going on? And I don't know if it's just the lack of self-awareness, or she just doesn't care, or she's just looking at it from a future perspective, not thinking about the present, and that she could potentially be going to jail and potentially be facing more serious charges for her disrespect in federal court in front of U.S. Marshals. Like I just do not understand the thought process of what is going on. Like, what is happening? Because no matter what, this trial, and, both Dennis Byron has said this, as well as Choke No Joke, and well as others, and myself, that this trial is going to set the precedents moving forward. That now, pretty much, if you are somebody who is messy or conducts certain things in a similar way as Tasha K, and your stuff isn't true on celebrities, they could take the Cardi B route now. They have the grounds to go the Cardi B route. And that's why it was funny, because in Dennis's Instagram Live, like I had mentioned, they had mentioned a few bloggers who also are not Team Cardi B, that have slandered her in the past, or have also reposted and, confirmed via Tasha K's videos anything negative that was said about Cardi B. Now they're scrubbing all of their content that is about Cardi B. So it is just wild. It is insanity. I can't believe it. It doesn't even feel like it's real, but it is. Because you have people who have, the expertise, who have been in courtrooms of your high profile cases, of the R. Kelly cases, of the OJ case, of the Puff Daddy case, of all kinds of cases, and to sit through this where somebody is just not taking the law seriously, is just not complying with anything, and is being disrespectful, and is, off in their own world, and not answering the questions that they need to be answering. It's just it's a hot mess. And then she admitted to watching underage porn under oath. Because the question was asked when they were discussing her searching Cardi B on Pornhub. They asked her, does she watch underage porn? And she said yes. And it's like, what is going on? So basically, both Choke No Joke and Dennis Byron said that Tasha K would just volunteer additional information unprovoked. And it was to the point that, her own defense team isn't even objecting anything anymore. Because it's like, why? You have a client that has gone completely rogue. So it's like, why even object at this point? Even if, it's just crazy. It is crazy what is unfolding. I cannot wait until tomorrow. I can't wait to hear the husband's perspective on how he is going to be on the stand, if he is going to take this similar approach as Tasha K, that they're untouchable and nothing's going to happen, or if he is going to be completely opposite and pretend that he has no clue what's happening, or that he's completely oblivious. I am curious to see the angle that he is going to play tomorrow, which really is later today, several hours from now. But it's just one thing after another. I mean, when you think you've heard it all, something else just comes out. Another update comes out that's just even more scandalous than the previous one. And that's where we are. So that is the latest that I have. Shout out to Choke No Joke. Again, thank you so much, Dennis Byron, for all of your coverage, and Choke No Joke as well. You guys have been on top of this and just giving very detailed thoughts of what is happening in that courtroom. And I thank you, because there are certain places that I was expecting to see report on it who are not reporting on it. So I am grateful that you guys are, so that I can update you guys as well. So those are all of my thoughts. Please react. Please let me know what you think to this. Because wow, I mean, wow. Potential perjury charges is now the latest. So yeah, that's where we are. For those of you who are new to my channel, welcome. Please check out my playlist and other things that I have reviewed and I've discussed in the past. I also will be including this video. I have a playlist specific to this defamation case, so you could just watch right back to back to back from the beginning. All of the videos that I have been covering and updating this case based off of what is going on live in the courtrooms. And, you know, you can give your thoughts and everything else. Those of you who are subscribers or have been longtime supporters, thank you so much for your continued support. I am grateful. I'm thankful and appreciative of each and every single one of you. I love interacting with you guys. I also see all of your comments and I try to like all of them. I try to get to all of them as soon as I have time. But again, thank you, thank you, thank you. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you are notified the moment that I post new content on this channel as well, because it seems like it, even though it's only during business hours, this court case, it feels like it's 24/7 coverage because of the people who attended this trial and just how crazy it has been. There's just so many updates and things to break down because a lot took place that they cannot believe. So it takes a while to kind of get through all of this different stuff that happened, but I had wanted to make sure that I did a video about these potential perjury charges. Tasha K admitting that she looks or watches underage porn and, you know, search for Cardi B on Pornhub and all kinds of stuff. And even search for and you Google's Cardi B for, you know, the beer bottle thing and her, like, just Google's Cardi B and all of these negative things about her. Like, it's an obsession at this point. It's an obsession and a blatant fixation on Cardi B. And it's insane. So that is where we are. Again, I will talk to you guys again soon. Have a happy rest of your day. And I will update you guys again in a little while later.